They won. They won. Cool. Cool. Duran, I swear to God, if this man is out for the rest of the season, it's over. It is literally over. You had a guy that finally solidified the back end of your bullpen so we didn't have to fucking panic. And now that guy might be out for the rest of the year. It did not look good. My personal opinion, it did not look good. The guy couldn't put pressure on his foot. It was the right foot. Took a line drive right off the foot. There was no protection there. Right off the side of the foot. Right off the cleat. Ran for like a second, and then he instantly just couldn't run on it. Couldn't put pressure on the foot. Stood out there for a very long time, and now that was probably to buy a lot of time for David Robertson to get warmed up in the bullpen. He had to be carted off the field. He could not walk. He could not put pressure on that right foot. So I am very sorry if I jump to fucking conclusions and I think that Jhoan Duran is probably out for the rest of the season. If I probably think that Duran probably broke his foot. That he probably broke his foot on the line drive. And the last thing that I'm going to do, tonight is blame Rob Thompson. Because I'm already seeing that go on Twitter. Oh my God, why did Rob Thompson bring in Duran in a non-save situation? Oh, what did you think was going to happen? Numbnuts. If Duran gets out of that unscathed, not injured, he finished it off 1-2-3. No one's complaining about Rob Thompson bringing in Duran to get the game done. You lost 3 straight. Duran hasn't pitched since Sunday. He needs to pitch at some point. And if he closed the game out, no one's fucking complaining. Oh, but he got hurt all of a sudden. Oh my God, why are you bringing him in with a 4-run lead? Shut the fuck up. Go scratch. Come on, like the last thing this is on Rob Thompson. It's a freak accident. It is a freak goddamn accident. What are you gonna do? Not pitch Duran for 5 days straight, 6 days straight, 7 days straight until there was finally a 1-2-3-run lead or a save situation? The dude needs to pitch. He needs to pitch. Why are we blaming Rob Thompson? Why are we blaming Rob Thompson? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. And I'm going to counter right here, MP, because the Phillies were losing. They're not going to bring Duran in the 7th and the 8th inning. He is the 9th inning guy. They're not going to bring him in a 7th inning. They're not going to bring him in a 7th inning. The Phillies lost that game when it was Kerkering on the mound. They're not bringing Duran in the 7th inning. He is the closer. He is the closer. The closer. It is a freak accident. This is not on Rob Thompson. This is the last thing that I want to get into tonight. And if you're blaming Rob Thompson, shut the hell up. It was in the 7th inning, MP. Kerkering blew up in the 7th inning. It was the 7th. Why not bring him in? The Phillies were losing 3-2. Why are you going to bring Duran in the 8th inning when you're losing 3-2? Like, what is your logic behind this? What is your logic? Oh, because you can't bring him in a goddamn save situation? The dude hasn't pitched since Sunday! Since Sunday! You can't hold him back because it's not a goddamn save. This team has fallen apart the last 3 games. They completely no-showed in the last 2 games against goddamn Cincinnati, and their offense stunk last night. And also, Jesus Luzardo was kept in too long, and that's one thing that I will put on Rob Thompson, but I still don't blame him for bringing him out in the 7th inning with 83 pitches. I blame him more for not having somebody up in the bullpen to be prepared for that. And that wasn't supposed to be Duran. Kerkering was fine to be the guy to be brought in. You just brought him into an impossible situation. You're not bringing in Duran to pitch the 7th inning. You're not bringing in Duran to pitch the 8th inning. That's not his role. His role is to close out baseball games. And when you're losing, you're not going to bring him in. That's just the bottom line. You're not going to bring him in. And he needed to pitch. He needed to pitch. So all of this, it is a freak accident. And it is not on the manager. People just that hate Rob Thompson in this city just find reasons to hate him and just want an excuse to bash the manager. It is so stupid. It is so stupid that people actually go out there and blame Rob Thompson for this. Oh, yeah, Rob Thompson is 100% responsible for Jhoan Duran getting injured. But if Duran did not get injured and he just closed the game out, no one's saying a lick. No one's saying shit. No one's saying shit. So, Todd, Todd, it's the manager's fault he got hurt. It's the manager's fault he got. If Duran came in, if it was a 4-2 game, if it was a 5-2 game, he still got injured. You're blaming Rob Thompson for that? You're blaming Rob Thompson for that. Because he got injured. On a freak accident that can happen to any pitcher. That could happen to any pitcher. I really want to know. I really want to know. Yeah, it's the risk you run. You needed to win the ball game. You already used Kerkering. You already used Strom. Yeah, you could have brought in Robertson probably, but they wanted to go to Duran. I don't blame them for going to Duran because you wanted to win the ball game. He hasn't pitched since Sunday. He hasn't pitched since Sunday. How long are you going to hold him back then? That's the problem. How long are you going to hold him back then if you're not going to bring him out just to guarantee you win a ball game for once? It's an unnecessary risk. Then that's the same logic you bring out for any goddamn pitcher. It's an unnecessary risk to bring out any pitcher from the bullpen because there is a risk of injury. That is the dumbest logic I've ever heard in my goddamn life. The dumbest logic. Oh, we can't bring out the guy because there's a risk of getting injured. Bullshit. It's like that with every pitcher then. It's like that with every batter. It's like that for everybody. We can't hold him back because it's not a safe situation. We can't hold him back because... Just shut up. Shut up. This is not on Rob Thompson. My God. I had to get that off my goddamn chest. And it's probably still going to go throughout here because people in the chat want to bring up it's on Rob Thompson. And there's also the people... Like, really? It's not on Rob. It is not on Rob Thompson. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they won a baseball game today, though. That was another thing. Zach Wheeler still didn't look right, in my personal opinion. He was still yanking pitches from left to right. Jesus fucking Christ. Did not look good. His command was still over the place. Got into very long at-bats, a lot of 3-2 counts. Allowed another home run. Only went 5 innings in this game because he threw 97 pitches in 5 innings. But on the bullpen was fine. Sadly with the Duran thing. Banks was good. Kerkering was good. Stram was fine. Robertson, he came into a very uncomfortable spot. You know, having the warm-up very quickly. He got the job done. So good for him. God. It was a 2-2 game for a little bit because, you know, offense leaving a very struggling Mackenzie Gore out there to not rot because you scored 2 runs very early. Ray Turner gets on. What was it? Schwarber got on. Bryce drove, both of those guys home with a double and then a bunch of throwing errors because the Nationals fucking suck. That's the team you lost to yesterday, and that was the team you were tied with most of this game. They were throwing the ball all over the place. Then Mackenzie Gore ends up allowing the bases loaded, and you can't get any runs home because you can't hit with runners in scoring position, so you let Mackenzie Gore off the fucking hook. Yeah, that happened. Then immediately Wheeler coughs up a run in the bottom of the first, walks Wood, and then allows Abrams to double, score the run. Kind of bad defense out there by Nick. And then, you know, Phillies still get some base runners through the next few innings. Eventually, the Nationals tie the game in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs on a solo shot, of course. There was a situation where Nick Castellanos threw a runner out at home, so it was a good play by Nick in that situation. Then you go to that top of the 7th inning, win against the bullpen. Stott has a walk, Marsh has a walk, and then they went to the bullpen once again. Turner popped out, so it made it 2 outs, but then Kyle Schwarber hit a 3-run shot to make it 5-2, and then Bryce Harper went back-to-back to make it 6-2. And that would be your offense for the rest of the day. Thank God you won this game, but that is the least of my fucking worries at this rate because your closer's injured. Your elite star closer is injured. The guy that was going to come in and be the guy in the 9th inning consistently, the guy that was going to be your lockdown guy, is now hurt, and we do not know the full extent because we have to wait for the fucking x-rays. And we don't know how quickly those x-rays are going to come in. I'm sure they're doing them right now. Rob Thompson is speaking on postgame, but I doubt he has any answers on x-rays right now for Duran since it was not that long ago. It was in the bottom of the 9th inning, so you're just going to have to wait and see. And if people that do want updates on what the New York Mets are doing, they are losing 11-9 currently to the Seattle Mariners. That game has been absolutely crazy offensively. Both teams have been terrible pitching. So hopefully, in the sense, you can hope the Mariners just hold up and win the game so the Phillies go back to, what would it be, a 6-game lead on the New York Mets in the National League East. So good old dandy there. Maybe they're 5.5 games up right now. The Mets lose again. It'll be 6 games. Like I said, that is the least of my concerns right now because all I am concerned about is Duran. All I am concerned about is Duran because I don't know what the hell is wrong. He just looks like he's done. He looks like he broke his foot because he could not put his pressure on foot. He could not walk off field. He had to get carted off field. He had to get carted off the field. And terrified. Okay. Rob Thompson said Duran felt better and felt like he could walk, and they wanted to use the cart instead of taking the steps. There's no news right now getting an x-ray in the Nationals clubhouse currently. Oh my God, I'm terrified. I'm definitely terrified. I am 100% terrified. 100% terrified. Let's see. I pray that he is okay. I pray that he is okay. I pray. Want to look at the lineup tonight? Why not? Your top of the lineup actually did something today. Oh, look, your top of the lineup does stuff. You win ball games. Surprise, surprise. Trey Turner 2 for 5. Kyle Schwarber 1 for 3 with a 3-run home run and 2 walks. Bryce Harper 2 for 5 with a solo shot and a solo shot and an RBI double. JT Realmuto 1 for 2. Nick Castellanos 0 for 4. Shocker. Harrison Bader 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Sosa 0 for 4. Kemp 0 for 2. Stott came in, went 0 for 1 with a walk. Wilson went 0 for 2. Then Marsh went 0 for 1 with a walk. Phillies went 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. There's your lineup. And I guess we'll just track what's going on with this Mariners and Mets game as it's going on. And I guess we'll just stay on and currently we'll chat right now until we get some goddamn updates from the x-rays, and hopefully it's not a fucking fracture. I am going to, because a fracture means he's probably done for the season. If it's a fracture, he is done for the season. I really hope it is just a very bad bone bruise. I really hope it is just a fucking bruise. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Because there was a situation where he was, like, feeling his foot around maybe trying to get the feeling back into his foot. Like, it's just him being carted off just really scares me. And the way that he just could not put pressure on his foot, maybe it's just a stinger in the moment, obviously, and it's a major stinger because he took a fucking line drive right off at the side of his foot where there's no padding on the cleat at all. There's no padding on the cleat in general, but it's just like the side of it, it just didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. So let me go to fucking MLB TV on my television and put this Mariners and Mets game on in the background just so I can see how this game closes out, because the Mariners were winning 11-6 at some point, and then the Mets most likely just probably hit a 3-run shot or something like that to make it 11-9. I would assume that is the case. But let's look how this game has really shaped out. Oh my God, Frankie Montas is in the bullpen. Holy shit. So Sean Manaea was not good. Their entire bullpen was not good. Rogers allowed a run. Helsley allowed 2 more runs. Raley allowed 3 runs. Montas has allowed a run. But for the Mariners, Castillo was not good. He allowed 6 earned runs. Holy hell. And there is a leadoff double right there off Frankie Montas. So Jesus Christ, the offense has just been going off for both teams. Let's see. It was most likely a 3-run shot. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Geez, look at the offense for both teams. Francisco Lindor's 3 for 5 with 4 RBI. He has 2 home runs in this game. Soto 1 for 3 with a home run. Nimmo is 1 for 4. Alonso's actually very quiet. He's 0 for 4. Jeff McNeil's 2 for 4. Vientos 0 for 4. Mullins 1 for 4. Alvarez 2 for 4 with a 3-run shot, it looks like. Mauricio's 2 for 4 for the Mariners lineup. Rosarena's 2 for 3. Cal Raleigh is 3 for 5 with a home, or 2 for 5, 3 for 5 for Raleigh with a home run. I'm assuming it was a 2-run shot or a solo shot. Julio Rodriguez is 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Suarez is 1 for 4 with an RBI. Canzone 1 for 5 with an RBI. Garver 1 for 3 with 2 walks and an RBI. Solano is 2 for 4 with an RBI. JP Crawford's 0 for 4. Then Young is 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Holy hell. Holy hell. Baltimore got something brewing right now. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? That is a pop-up for the first out of the inning right there. Oh, I can see what you mean by Baltimore has something brewing. I can see what you mean. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to jinx it. Not going to say it because I don't want to jinx it. So right now there is a runner on, so it was a leadoff double. Cole Young is now at the plate, who is 3 for 4. So if you can have a 4-hit game, make that a 3-run lead for the Mariners, that would be nice, but I'm just going to constantly refresh fucking Twitter right here. The Brewers came back from 7 runs to beat the Reds 10-8 and win their 13th straight game. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. See how everything continues. It's crazy too because it's like cool they got the win. I wasn't excited. Like, I raised my hand in the air. I do that obviously when a player hits a home run on the Phillies. Like, I raise my hand in the air, obviously, like to point in the sky, like the ball's going out, obviously. I really wasn't excited for the Schwarber and the Harper back-to-back home runs. Like, I was happy, like, don't get me wrong. But I was, like, not going crazy, like, fucking jumping up and down. I wasn't. Because I was just like, good, this is what you should be doing to this Nationals team. But, like, hell, that first inning really just soured my mood. Wheeler soured my mood. Wheeler just does not look good. I still would proclaim to put him on the IL, but they're going with the 6-man rotation right now. So I don't know. Maybe that gives them more leeway to skip some guys' starts here and there. But right now, I'm terrified. I'm honestly terrified. I just don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. Okay, so there's audio right now from Rob Thompson talking about Duran. So let's get that up. Let's hear Rob.
Over in the other clubhouse with their doctor, and he's going to get some x-rays, I'm sure. They hit him off the right ankle, the outer side of his ankle. He ran like a shot over to retrieve the ball, and then once he got there, I think the adrenaline wore off. And, the pain set in. But before the car came out, it took a long time. He actually said, I feel better. I think I can walk over the dugout. But we got all the steps up here, so we just wanted to use the cart and take them all the way around, so we didn't have to go up the steps.
So was he just having trouble putting weight on it there initially?
Yeah.
Was there any desire to go back in the game, or you won't?
For him?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, not for me. Even if he said he was okay, no way.
But the cart was more precautionary then?
Yeah, and just because of the stairs here. I mean, he's 240 pounds. I don't want to be carrying him up the stairs.
And that really didn't do anything. It's basically just all he said in the quotes. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit most likely. I don't know. Yeah, here's a good tweet by Bob Blankel. And before that, the Mariners have 2 base runners on, first and second, with Randy Arozarena up at the plate. Bob Wankel, of co-host of the Fighting Words podcast. I think he used to write for someone. One of my biggest criticisms of the Phillies dating back to last season is a sense of complacency at times. I have no issue not screwing around and using the best guys late tonight. They needed that game, need the bye, guys were fresh, use them. It wasn't a 10-run game. I agree. Completely agree. Good Fight says they want to light themselves on fire. It's going to be a little bit before we probably find out anything, because I'm sure they're doing the x-rays right now. So they're saying it's an ankle, not a foot. I thought it went right off his foot, personally. 2-1 count to Arozarena. Takes that pitch for strike 2. And so I guess they basically demoted Montas to the bullpen. Is Brodes on WIP tonight? I don't think so. I have no idea. He probably would have posted. No, he is. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he is with you after the Phillies tonight. And Arozarena did not ground into a double play. It's grounded into a fielder's choice. Yeah, Brodes is most likely on WIP right now. Really gotta wait and see what happens here, because I am just waiting for the tweet that is going to ruin my life or make me take a deep breath or exhale, which I'm more expecting the tweet to ruin my life. Because if Duran is seriously hurt and is done, you were done. Even though I didn't have much hope for you in the most part. Okay, Cal Rowley's up. Already has a home run in this game, and he is 3 for 5. Says ball 1. At this point, I'm just looking for some joy in Mets misery. So Andres Munoz is in the bullpen for the Mariners. He's supposed to be one of the better closers in baseball, but with the way this game is going, who knows? 1-0 pitch, the rally. Somehow that's not a strike. Jesus Christ, that was a bad miss. And Arena stole second base. Or Arozarena stole second base. It's okay, just drink. I am 100% terrified, boys. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Raleigh. See what it does. He's going to foul that pitch off. Oh, missed a pitch in the same location to earlier. Tarantulas have 8 legs, so we're good. I hope that's the case. 2-1 pitch goes low for ball 3. It's a 3-1 count now to Raleigh. Does he have the green light? Most likely. Obviously. The 3-1 pitch. Incoming to Raleigh from Montas. Ball 4. Bases are loaded for... I don't even know who's up for the Mariners. Julio Rodriguez. Julio. Will Julio do something? I have no clue, boys. We'll see. Are the Mets just going to keep Frankie Montas in here? Most likely. Brewers have 5 games in a row against the Cubs coming up. That division has basically been decided. And if it already... Oh, yeah, the Brewers have that Central Division locked up. The Cubs that just completely let them take over. Yeah, the Cubs are 9 games back. That division's already said and done. Already said and done. Are the Cubs even in a wild card spot? They are. They are in the first wild card spot. They are. First pitch to Julio. He's going to hit that to right field, and that's going to be an out. Damn, I thought that was going to drop. Well, Mariners going to the bottom of the ninth. 11-9 lead. And Andres Munoz coming out. Huh. It's a 4-day set with a doubleheader to start. Jesus Christ. Is that like almost upcoming, that series? The Brewers and the Cubs? Might as well look that up, honestly. Brewers. Let's look at the schedule. No, I could have just clicked the Cubs too. So right now they're playing so this series they're playing the Reds. Oh gee, yeah, that's their next series. Holy shit. Yep, the doubleheader right there, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Gee, the 5-game series. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Yeah, if the Brewers win, so what the Cubs are, what was it? What did I say? 9 games back? 9 games back? Yeah, they're 9 games back of the Brewers. If the Brewers, and they don't play the Cubs the rest of the year, yeah, if the Brewers win 3 of those games, they win 3 of those games, that would be 12 games. That'd be 10 games. So basically, they would only gain a game on the Cubs. Now, do I think the Brewers are going to sweep a 5-game series? Well, at this rate, the way they're winning, who knows? But they're bound to lose at some point. They are definitely bound to lose at some point. Oof. That is crazy, though. That is absolutely crazy, just the stretch of winning that they're going on right now. Like, they literally cannot be beaten currently. They've won 13 in a row. Weren't they under 500 at one point, too? That is insane. Here we go. Update from Scott Lauber. Jhoan Duran emerged from the X-ray, walked on his own power with the head athletic trainer, and went into the training room for treatment. That's good news. That is good news. That is good news. That is good news. Hopeful. We're hopeful currently. That is encouraging. That is encouraging. Geez. Munoz has to go through the heart of the order right now. Soto. What is it? Soto, Alonso, and whoever the third batter is. Because I know Lindor leads off. So Lindor's not going to bat. Starts that off with a ball. Well, right now, that news is promising. We just got to wait till the results of the X-ray. Christ, I'm getting so many updates. And Munoz starts off with a 2-0 count to Soto. Nice. Nimmo. Okay, so it's Soto. Is it Soto Alonso Nimmo or Soto Nimmo Alonso? It's probably Soto Alonso Nimmo. And Soto fouls that off. Pump up the Duran. I know it said Alonso was 0 for 4. Nimmo was 1 for 4. Nimmo was 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Alonso's 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. And Soto swings and misses, brings the count to 2-2. And just challenged him with a fastball. Soto was late on it. So Soto has a home run and a walk in this game. Comes to 2-2. Inside. Almost hit him. A 3-2 count now. Almost hit him in the hand. We do have a call here from Zach. We'll get to that in some point. Eventually. We'll get to it after this Mariners-Mets game hopefully concludes. If it doesn't, so 3-2 count. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch. He was in the zone too. 1 out. Haven't heard me mad in a hot minute, wishing a speedy recovery for Duran. I was just mad at the Rob Thompson blaming for this thing. I understand people have their opinions, but it's just like, we're blaming Rob Thompson for this? The freak accident. For a guy that hasn't pitched in 4 days. That's a strike to start the Nimmo at bat. Still nothing yet besides that Scott Lauber post. but that is a promising thing. Nimmo fouls it off. It's 0-2 in the count now. Still nothing yet. Still nothing yet. Oh, 2 pitch to Nimmo. Gonna chop that one up to the first baseline, and that'll be a ground out. 2 outs in the inning. And Alonso is the last hope for the Mets. Yep, still nothing else besides the Scott Lauber update, so hopefully that means the X-rays are coming in soon. If he's back into the Phillies dugout or locker room. Alonso up now. First pitch to him. That is a strike. That is going to be a chopper to the second baseman, and the Seattle Mariners win, and the Mets lose, which means the Phillies move to 6 games above the New York Mets in the National League East. So the Mets lose once again, and the Phillies gain more ground. So cool. But I'm still waiting for the X-ray news. But I guess while we're waiting for the X-ray news, let's get to Zach's call. I'm sure it's going to be very unhinged. So let's get to Zach.
Well, recapping this game is pretty much pointless at this point, given Jhoan Duran exiting after being drilled in the foot by hard hit ball. I really was hoping I could come on here and just rave and say, hey, how about the Phils finally getting one? How about Kyle and Bryce getting out of their slump? But, I know I was joking around in the Discord, Amadeo. That's just me trying to have hope. That's just me hoping and praying that somehow our closer is okay and his season is not over, because his foot is likely broken. And that means you are trotting out David Robertson, Matt Strahm, and Orion Kerkering as your closers. You're back to closer by committee. And, yeah, so without him, this baseball team already basically has no chance at winning a World Series, in my opinion. I mean, I hate to be the negative guy, but they are so flawed. And having him at the back end was just such a plus. When you were up at 1 run in a game, didn't have to worry. You could put your shutdown guy in and it was over. Well, good luck now. I mean, Rob Thompson's going to have a hell of a job to do navigating through all these options, just trying to finish games off. I'm really bummy, man. And I don't like the whole, should he have been in? Rob, why you put him in? He hasn't pitched in a few days, and you're not taking any chances up 4 runs. I don't care. At this point in the season, get your closer in there. Got no problem with that. Yeah. Well, even when you have a good game and shit goes well, it's always got to be something, man, with this team. And I'm rambling on, so go Phils. Peace.
As I was listening to that call, I'm watching the Orioles-Astros game. Perfect game bid is over. The no-hitter is still intact, but it was like a weird chopper in between the third baseman and the pitcher's mound, and then Young, the pitcher for the Orioles, threw it away from the first baseman. He did not have to rush the throw the way he did. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, he threw it weird and he threw it away from the first. That sucks. Steven, this is not on Rob Thompson. Not do this. Oh, perfect game bid is over. Perfect game is over, but the no-hitter should still be intact. And he just completely rushed the throw. 0-1. Ugh. Foul ball. We'll keep having that Orioles game on in the background just to see what happens. But sadly, it's not going to be a perfect game bid anymore. Even though a no-hitter's still nothing to... Oh, wait, they're calling that an infield single? Did they just call... They seriously called that an infield single? What? They called that a single? They really called that a single. That's an error, my friend. That is an error. That should not be a single. That should be... The no-hitter should still be intact, in my personal opinion. Well, I guess the game doesn't matter anymore at that point now. That sucks. My fault. I opened the game. I turned the game on. Hey. The Brewers were 4 games underwater 2 months ago. We were 9 games above. Jeez. So basically, if we won the same number of games as the Brewers since May 18th, we would have 83 wins today. Well, yeah, basically. Yeah, with MLB's scorecards at this rate, they love rewarding hits and don't give off errors. That's a shame. That's a shame. Here's a nice tweet from Jeff Passan about the Mets. Since starting the season 45-24, the New York Mets are 19-34. The only team with a worst record in that time span is the Washington Nationals at 19-35. So the Mets have been the second worst team in baseball, like the Washington Nationals. How bad the Mets have been. Well, that sucks for him. It should still be a no-hitter, man. That should still be a no-hitter. Should be an error. Did they give it a single and an error? Is it one of those things they gave it a single and an error? Probably. Dang. Money can't buy me love after all. Both New York teams have been free falling. Oh yeah, 100%. Both teams have been free falling. Let's see what game should I put on MLB TV? Put the Padres and the Dodgers on. Should be hopefully that should be a good game. Fighting for the NL West, since the Padres are the first place NL West team, and the Dodgers have been kind of free falling because their pitching is in shambles. I'm really just waiting to see if there's any update on the Duran thing. I really hope we get something updated tonight. The Yankee souls were pulled from their bodies in Miami. Oh yeah. It is absolutely insane, like that. All the bullpen moves the Mets traded for and the Yankees, like they came back and blew up in their face like instantly. It's crazy. Now, granted, I can't talk, even though for a sense it didn't blow up in their face. It's just this is an unfortunate situation. And here's a tweet from Anthony Sanfilippo on this entire situation as well. For those who think Jhoan Duran shouldn't have been in the game, please go enroll in Baseball 101 somewhere. Closers frequently come into the game with a 4-run lead, even though it's not a safe situation. Managers don't want a lesser reliever to let a team back within one swing of tying the game. Duran has not pitched since Sunday. You don't want your best reliever not pitching for 6 days. This is the norm across the sport, and it has been for a long time. Well said. Well said. Well said. Castellanos is a liability at this point. Oh, yeah, that's true. 100% true. I do have the rest of SmackDown to watch, but kind of wasn't into this episode of SmackDown. Really, the only thing I cared about was the Drew McIntyre thing. Like, Sami Zayn's on SmackDown now, which doesn't make sense, but I guess why not? Because he's been talking about, oh, I gotta win a world title. Now he's going after the U.S. title. So now he's all in that mix, I guess, because Did they really just wanted to add another person into the beef with Solo and his fake bloodline with Jacob Fatu and then Jimmy Uso? Like, did those guys just need an extra person to help them out? And I guess Sammy was that guy. Now he's going after the U.S. title, I guess. Which, weird. And he was basically saying that, Solo, I appreciate you because all that was in my mind is about world title. That I also have other goals in mind as well, so thank you. And now I'm on SmackDown, and I'm going after your U.S. title. Kind of doesn't make sense, but okay. And of course, the stupid MFT are trying to get into the tag team division, and there was a backstage segment with Solo and the MFTs. I think talking to the Street Profits, and I think it was Talatanga, whoever the tall guy is, the really tall guy. He was constantly looking behind him, and it was weird because there was a couple of tag team fights, like the Miz and Carmelo Hayes were fighting Fraxium, and then there was like a section at the beginning of the fight where two of the Wide Sixes were in the stands just like staring down at the ring. Maybe it's the Wide Sixes that was in the back or something like that. Who knows? X-rays were negative. X-rays were... Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Jeez, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, baseball gods. Thank you for throwing us a fucking bone. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Whew. Whew. Yep, the update from Scott Lauber. X-rays on Duran were negative. He'll be evaluated further tomorrow, according to the Phillies. Oh, thank God. Thank the Lord. We can breathe. I can breathe. Yep. Charlotte Varnes also confirms it. X-rays were negative. We could breathe. We could breathe. We can breathe. It's negative. I'll apologize to the people I yelled at earlier, but I still think you're dumb. Blaming Rob Thompson. Oh man, that is a thank the Lord, thank God. And also in the meantime, I gotta turn my air conditioner back on. I apologize, people. It is hot in here. It is warm in here. So if you hear that noise and the buzzing in the background, it's my air conditioner cooling the room down. Because with it being hot outside, the air doesn't properly flow into this room with the way the house is. So I needed the air unit that like has a tube hooked up to the window. And the only reason I have that type of air unit is because the windows, they open side to side and not up and down, so we couldn't have that wall unit or something like that. So we had the portable one. Does wonders. It does keep the room cool. But I don't know why I'm going off on another topic now. Crisis is averted, though. The crisis is averted. And the Mets lost, too. You can breathe. We can breathe. Breathe. Thank the Lord, man. I'm a very, very happy camper now. Yes, the portable unit is a lifesaver, man. It is a lifesaver. Because, like I said, it's not an extremely old house, but it's old enough. I think these houses were built in the 60s or something like that. They could have been. I'm not entirely sure they could have been. And just for some reason, the upstairs, like in the two bedrooms over here, like not the master bedroom, the airflow in the master bedroom is fine, but like in the two other bedrooms, the airflow just doesn't work for some reason. It just doesn't come through the vents properly. So, like for a while, we just didn't do anything about it. We just had fans in the room, and that was fine. But then, like obviously, once you get older, you'd start to learn that your body doesn't like certain temperatures. That I think we got this like a couple of years ago for here. Something. A long time going with very hot room. So. But I can sleep in a nice, crisp 60 degrees coming out of the air conditioner because I like it cold when I sleep. I like it cold. Thank God. Thank God. Thank the Lord Duran is good. Thank the Lord Duran is good. Thank God. Happy. Happy. Well, I am happy. Also very relieved. Very relieved. So. So what else is there? Do I really want to watch the finish of SmackDown tonight? Because where I left it off, it was DIY versus Street Profits. And then the main event was going to be a triple tag team fight between Solo and one of the two MFTs with Sammy, Jacob Fatu, Jimmy Uso. Do I really have to invest in that? Or do I just like skip right to the ending and see if something happens? I don't know. Yep, X-rays were negative, Jose. Definitely a thank God. Ay. Crazy stuff here, boys. Crazy stuff. What else is there? I don't think there's anything else now because the most important thing out of the way. We figured it out. He is okay. Let's see. I'm going to bed now that the good news has come. Yeah, that's probably a good spot for us to close it out tonight. Phillies won a game. They have to win the next two. They just have to. Wasn't a fan of the way Wheeler looked. Offense. Your top of the lineup did show up. So, go figure your top of the lineup does show up late. You win a ball game. And then the Duran crap just threw everything for a loop. But it was a win. It was indeed a win in the win column. So, and also now you're 6 games up on the Mets because they continued their free fall. Actually, and I guess we'll look at the pitching matchups tomorrow. Why not? So tomorrow I think it's the Ranger on the mound, or is it Sanchez? It's Walker. Never mind, I was completely wrong. Oh, that ball is crushed. Who the hell hit that home run? Or it's a foul. Nope, it's a home run, and that's not Manny Machado. That is not Manny Machado. That is Ramon Laureano. It's a solo shot for the Padres. Holy shit. Tomorrow is Taijuan Walker against Cavalli. And Cade Cavalli, 0-0 with a 3.86 ERA. He's only pitched in 2 games this year for the Nationals, so I don't know what to expect. Then Sunday, 11:35, because it's on fucking Roku. Aaron Nola against Mitchell Parker, 7-13 with a 5.55 ERA. It's another lefty on the mound. Have the Phillies faced Mitchell Parker this year? Have the Phillies faced Mitchell Parker? Yes, they did, and he was the one. He was the 3rd game of that opening series where they didn't score any runs, but they got 7 hits off him, but didn't score. Joy. He's got almost 6 ERA. So tomorrow, Taijuan Walker, Aaron Nola on making his return on Sunday. Then you got the Seattle Mariners Monday to Wednesday. Then once again the Washington Nationals Friday to Sunday. So gotta win these next 2 games. Gotta win these next 2 games. You just gotta. So we'll see where we go from here, gentlemen. We'll see where we go from here. But I appreciate you for tuning in for this anxiety-filled stream, which then turned into a sigh of relief that Duran is now good, that his x-rays were negative, even though they did say he'll be reevaluated tomorrow, but x-rays were negative, which is good. It's good. Not going to have any anxiety off that. And we'll just see. Now he's probably not going to pitch for a couple of days, which Probably makes sense. So, appreciate you guys. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. Also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Thanks, guys. Tomorrow probably won't be doing a stream. I won't be home. So it'll probably be after Sunday's game, recapping tomorrow and Sunday afternoons. So we'll reconvene then. So